Hey, what's up, guys? So I got these 710 modeled Benchmade McHenry & Williams knives. I got 4 of them. The 2 you're looking at are going to be the less rare, less special, but still special because now Benchmade has discontinued the 710. I don't know what the hell that's about, but they discontinued it. It's their bread and butter. I mean, as far as a Benchmade knife goes, to me, the 710 was, you know, the knife you told somebody to buy. If they, if they thought the 940 was a little bit small, or they thought the grip tonian was too cheap, the 710 was the way to go. But so now the 710's gone, and I was talking to my cat about it. Hey, Maxie, what do you think about that? Yeah, he doesn't know what to think. It's crazy. It's an absolute outrage. So, yeah, this is the KnifeWorks edition. This is the regular production edition. I should just be showing you this right now. It's going to be the D2 blade steel. This is probably one of the last ones they ever made. I just picked it up at my dealer. He said he recently got it in, and he had one left. It's only 140. I thought, well, what the hell? I'll pick it up. And I already have, I have 3 others besides this one. They're all limited, like very rare 710s. I had never owned a regular edition, so I thought I'd be able to compare it to the others, kind of show it off. And I'll probably just sell it for really cheap on the blade forums or eBay or something. And I was looking on eBay, and man, the prices for these are already going nuts. They've only been discontinued for less than a year, and people are already getting crazy. So it's D2, the KnifeWorks edition, which is still available, which I don't know how it's still available. I mean, I don't know why these would be just gone everywhere. These are almost impossible to find anywhere online. But the KnifeWorks edition, man, they must have a lot of those. They've been available for years. And it's a blue and black G10. It's got the cool barrel spacers in the back. The regular 710 just has black back spacer, excuse me. They're both milled out. They both got the circle cutouts. So they're lightweight for their size. They really are. Super smooth deployment on this guy. It's probably my smoothest one. And M390 blade steel is some of the best stuff you can get right now. D2's okay. I have not experienced D2. Like, I've never really used it a whole lot. I have used it on my Infidel, my full-size Infidel, and the tip has bent. Like, it totally chipped out. I don't know if it chipped or bent. It's kind of weird. I'd have to show you guys, but it looks like it has an issue, and I never even stabbed it into anything hard. It was just cardboard, and so I'm kind of leery about D2, or maybe the heat treatment wasn't very good on that specific blade. But whatever the case, I've heard good things about D2. I've heard it's very hard to sharpen. I've never sharpened. I've never really used it, like I said. But so that's going to be a good blade steel, though, on that regular model. I would still take the M390. The 710 has a subtle recurve. I have sharpened the 710, never had an issue. I've heard freehand sharpening is fine, but I used an Edge Pro Apex, and I didn't have an issue. And I don't think the recurve is strong enough to where you'd have to get the smaller Edge Pro Apex stones. I think the full-sized ones are going to be just fine. The recurve is actually quite subtle compared to something like a 0301 or a Kershaw offset or something whack like that. But cool. Now I wanted to show you these limited edition 710s that I've got, or not really limited. This one's a limited edition right here. This is an official limited edition run. It's got the old school Benchmade antenna logo. It says 710 right underneath it. So it is a 710, even though it may look quite a bit different from the black one, doesn't it? With the black blade and then aluminum. It's got aluminum scales with the G10 inserts, kind of like a blur, but different materials. But it's got that type of vibe going on. A Kershaw blur, I mean. You can see. Let me try to focus on that blade. Come on, camera. Come on. Pick it up. There we go. 59 out of 500. So they made 500 of these, and this is number 59, and that's really cool to me. Super smooth. It's got D2 blade steel just like this guy, and it came in this box, which is awesome. Benchmade, you should bring these back. Please bring these back, and maybe do something like do some cool colors or something. They do need to do a different material on the inside, though. This plastic packaging is just, obviously you can see over the years how it deteriorates. And it's an old knife, so the fact that I have the box with it is already good enough for me, even if it's a beat-up box. And the knife is, it's in almost new condition. The only problem is it's got some very small marks on each side. It's almost like it was off center on both sides and kind of rubbed the liners. But other than that, the knife is brand new. And I don't see how it would rub the liners. I tried to loosen it up and see if it would do it, but there's no movement. Interesting. But cool knife, D2 blade steel with that black blade. I'm not really a black blade guy, but if it's a limited edition knife that I'm not going to, hard use or really ever carry on me, then I'm cool with a black blade. Probably going to be selling the regular model 710 just because, like I said, I got these guys. I'm going to carry the Knifeworks one on me. That one's already pimped out with those cool blue barrel spacers. But, somebody else that doesn't have a 710 is going to love it. I'll give them a good deal. The 710 is discontinued, like we've already talked about, and I looked on eBay, man. Those prices they're already going crazy. People are just getting stupid. It's these were just 140 last year and 120, all over the place. And the Knifeworks one is still available, and people are trying to charge $300 for a regular 710. I mean, that's just absolutely asinine. This is the coolest 710 I have, though. This is probably the coolest Benchmade I have, period. It's the aluminum scaled. You can see the texturing. It's aluminum. It's like the 940. And here's its newer brother with the G10. And actually, let's get these ones off the table, and we'll be able to show you the differences between the two. So, what is this knife? If you don't know, this is a prototype. Yeah. You see that? It says prototype on the blade. I can barely see if it's focused. Is it focused? I think it's focused. Prototype, 1998. It's got the old Bally-Song logo. Benchmade USA. Doesn't tell me the blade steel. I'm going to assume it's ATS 34, which is the blade steel they were using on the pre-production models. The pre-production models, they made 500 of them. I believe they made 500. And they had the aluminum scales as well. But this is a prototype. They may have made 5 of these, they may have made 30 of them, I'm not sure, but I would assume it's a very, very small number. The only rare and earlier 710 would be if McHenry & Williams made a custom version. I don't know if they did, or the R&D Benchmade knife, which is, they may have made 3 or 4 of those to actually use and test, but I don't think I've ever seen an R&D Benchmade 710. I've never seen one, so I don't know if they just never made it out of the factory. 1998 is quite a long time ago. It's quite a long time ago to have a knife like this that's brand new with the box. And I have another one, actually, coming in the mail that has McHenry & Williams signed autograph on the other side of the blade. That, to me, is just awesome. It's really, really cool. It's definitely a piece of Benchmade history. And I'm probably going to keep this in my collection forever. I love aluminum scales. The 940 is a knife that I love. Because of that, I love the way the aluminum feels. It's lightweight, it's tough. When it starts to wear, it looks cool. Carbon fiber and G10 just starts to chip out, and you're kind of like, it starts to look kind of like ass after a while. And the 710, the aluminum just looks better and better the more you use it. Nut and Fancy or whoever these YouTube guys, you'll hear them say it looks like Boba Fett. It looks like, yeah, like Boba Fett or Darth Vader or something, like battle worn. It kind of looks beat up, but still looks really cool. Of course, I would not want to do that to this prototype. A lot of guys are just on that, use your knives. They don't care if it's a collector's piece. To me, there's a fine line. I can carry a knife on me if it's rare, but it can't be this rare. A prototype from 1998 that's brand new. If I cut something with it, I would cry. It's just too extreme. And it's funny, I actually like this model better than the regular model. Not just because it's rare, because I think it feels better in the hand. It's thinner. So if we went side by side, I should measure them. I really should. But you can see on the right, that is just thinner. The axis lock sticks out further. It's much easier to grab with your thumbs. Or thumb. Yeah, I got 2 thumbs, thumb and index finger. It's on, what are they called? Nitium, different, I forget the name of it, but the washers are different. This is the bronze washers, and then this is, it's a different type of washer. It's like, I forget the kind of washer, what the name is. Somebody is going to have to correct me on it. But it's very smooth. I have an old 940 that has the same washers that are in here. And it's to me, I think, a little smoother than the bronze washers, but I've heard that they aren't as strong. So, yeah. But I think they're a little stronger than like Teflon. I don't think they're Teflon washers. I forget the name of them. But anyways, some subtle differences. You can see the 710 has these cutouts, these slants going across the texturing. And you know, when you see it, you know it's a 710. This one's, the prototype is at more of a slant, more of a downward slide. Then this one's a little bit more straight across on the regular model. The thumb stud position is, you can see on the prototype, it's a bit lower from that notch right there. It comes down quite a bit. That one, you see? Yeah, just a bit lower. So your thumb hits that thumb stud. Just boom. On the 710, you know, you go up a little bit. You come up to the thumb stud. Really minor differences. The let's see, another one that I noticed. The milling on the inside is more of a square type milling, like just square cutout, while the regular 710 is just the standard circles. So yeah, I think they both weigh though about the same. I think the aluminum is a little bit lighter. So I would honestly love if Benchmade came back out with the aluminum model with an upgraded blade steel, and that would be it. I think that would be awesome. If you guys, maybe you guys could do a, you know, a colored aluminum. You know, do something cool like that, Benchmade. Cool colored aluminum with the upgraded blade steel. That would be a really cool knife. You could call it like the classic 710 or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it's smooth. Holy cow! It feels like it's writing on glass. Much smoother than the bronze washers. So it's interesting. And I haven't lubed either one. So back to the other 710s. I have a 705 right here that I want to show you guys. And the 705 is the smaller 710. It's much smaller. You can see, I mean, it's incredible how much smaller it is. It was replaced. The 705 was replaced by the 707. I like the 705 quite a bit better. The 707 to me is just too tiny. 705, I can still get all my fingers on it. All right. And it's just a perfect little EDC blade. I mean, look at that thing. That thing can cut some mean boxes. Yeah, I love Benchmade's old antenna. Let's see if I can... Yeah, it's not going to let me focus. The old antenna logo, I don't know why I think it looks better than the newer without the antennas. I don't know why they got rid of them. You know, it really, you know, it was, you could tell it was a butterfly. And I don't know, maybe, do butterflies not have antennas? I don't know. I have to look that up. But, whatever the case, you know, they, let's see if we can. Okay, and we're back. So my camera died. Of course it did. I was just trying to show off just real quick. The 705 is obviously a lot smaller than the 710. They discontinued the 705 and they made the 707 sequel. And they have discontinued that knife as well. Interesting, now that I think about it. And this one has the old antenna logo. And I was just going to show you what I mean by that. You can see how there's no antennas on the new Benchmade logos. And I don't know why, I missed the antennas. A little antenna in between the butterfly wings. I think it just completed it. I have an older 940 that has the antennas as well, so yeah, cool knives. This 705, 155 at 250. Benchmade is just one of those. It's one of those knife companies that they know how to market and for collectors. They really do. They have some cool blades to pick up if you're a collector and you're interested in their knives. You like the way they look. I mean, it's just an addiction. You're never going to stop. There's always going to be another Benchmade. But yeah, the 710, man, it's a model that is maybe gone but not forgotten. We're definitely going to have to see what Benchmade does with it, and if they don't bring it back, we're going to have to riot. It's too cool of a knife to let it slide. So anyways, guys, take it easy.